All right, everyone. We are live, I believe. Going straight in. Week 0 of CRL. It's going to be OSU's Beanz team versus Northwood Esports. I believe it's a best of 5. So, how do you think these teams are looking?
Well, Northwood's coming off a pretty strong showing. It looks like we're just hopping right in here, but defending champions this season, so, the OSU Beans are going to have to make a pretty strong start in order to win this, but it looks like Northwood's already off to a even stronger start.
Yeah, we don't even get to talk. Uh, yeah, saying that, I can definitely see it. Ball control, off the wall, just absolutely insane there from Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy's going to be a big one to watch here. I believe he is in the RLCS scene, so, Northwood's really relying on him and the rest of their strong roster here to get the dub.
That's scary, but that's really cool. Coming into CRL, you have those connections to the highest level. The pro scene
Right.
becoming
Looks
more
like
prevalent.
OSU, little struggle on their rotation right there. Kind of an open net, but hopefully they can bounce back here pretty soon. Only less than a minute here into the game, so.
Yeah, being down 2 goals, 20 seconds in, it's nothing crazy, and it can happen. Uh, any team can bounce back for sure from 2 goals, so nothing to be too worried about from OSU. That was a crazy pinch there from Knox's.
I think the big thing here for OSU is just keeping possession. That's what Northwood does so well and helped them thrive last season, so hopefully OSU can get some passing plays going.
Yeah, and if you're OSU here, you know that Northwood's capable of being extremely consistent and going for stuff that OSU probably haven't really seen all season. So just expecting the unexpected is going to be really important. And again, there, Buddy, OSU had a little bit of momentum on the defense, but not quite expecting that absolute boomer to the right side.
Yeah, I think boost management here is also just going to be a huge factor in this game. I think it looked like Sleppy was a little bit short on boost there, could have gotten back to it, so and a stalemate at midfield as well.
Massetter's
Interesting.
annihilating enemies and allies there.
Looks like some offensive pressure with the demo and goal.
Oh yeah, Sleppy's
Not quite
getting.
though. Open net.
Wow, yeah, Sleppy went Hulk mode right there and just annihilated the defense single handedly.
I think that's really what OSU is going to be looking to do is try to catch them off guard with these demos right in front of their net to get some more open shots like that.
That's such a strange up point there, just in general from the kickoff to the goal. I like that though. I want to see more of that fooling around in the defense.
The fun thing about the CRL scene too is a lot of these players are friends just because, at such a high level, they're playing each other and ranked a lot. So I know a lot of these guys are friends on and off the field. So I'm sure a little bit of banter will be going on.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too bad and we have to turn off chat, but I think that'd be sick. Yeah, Northwood's doing a great job here with solo plays and just guaranteeing that they get around at least one player. Massetter, they're coming off the camera down to steal it from his teammate a little bit.
Trying for a little clip there, but it looks like the counterattack is going to punish them a little bit too much.
Yeah,
Not a bad.
so the solo plays, right? So Northwood, whenever specifically Buddy there was dribbling the ball, flicks it early just to make sure that they're guaranteed to get it past at least one player. Uh, really smart in threes so that you're not just getting it taken off your head and then you're down a player.
Absolutely. I think that's one thing too that OSU did do better or is doing better this season is getting more of these solo and team plays. Last season they struggled a little bit, but in this offseason I know they grinded a lot to try to perfect some of those passing plays.
Yeah, bunching up a little bit on defense, but hopefully OSU is just going to be able to kind of brute force their way through to find a little bit of Swiss cheese in Northwood's defense, finding those holes, poking it, and getting some well-deserved goals.
I think it started to even out a little bit more halfway through here. OSU's defense is picking up a little bit. Maybe just, you know, early game jitters, but it's looking a little bit more smoother here for the OSU side.
Yeah, and still, even down 3 goals now with only 2 minutes left, OSU's looking able to answer all of Northwood's advances, and so it still really is anyone's game.
I think a big thing here, like I said earlier, is just possession. I feel like OSU is their touches are getting a little too far out in front of them, and it's forcing them to try to go for more 50s and play more defense instead of getting the looks that they want.
These pinches have been really scary from Northwood, and all in Octane too. There's no flat cars getting these pinches. These players have definitely practiced this.
Yeah, I'm surprised I don't see any Fennecs out here. I know Shira used to rock the Fennec all the time.
Yeah, I thought Slippy played on Dominus too.
Yeah, I've seen Slippy kind of switch in between the two. Close shot there, though.
Wow, yeah, great save there from Buddy, just barely tipping it up.
Starting to see me some more offensive pressure, though, and a good
Great
pass
pass.
right here. Can't quite connect.
Yeah, great pass. You want to keep that high speed. If you try to slow it down, Northwood's going to read it and get it taken away. So great ideas there from OSU. Just being able to connect that is the most important part.
Northwood on the defensive right now, too. I think OSU is really starting to pick up their offense.
A little bit of air tomfoolery there from Northwood. Not really going for any of the smartest plays, but just kind of trying to touch the ball as many times as they can to keep it away from OSU. Coming down to the last 20 seconds. 3 goals up. It's looking grim, so Northwood's just wanting to keep the ball away from OSU as much as possible.
Yeah, and it's looking like OSU is just going to have to take their minute-long break to try to reset here and come out strong at the beginning of Game 2 as Northwood own goals.
Own goals, yeah.
But it's all right. Northwood takes Game 1 of the series.
Yeah, and 4-2, but 2 goals from Northwood come in the first 30 seconds. If OSU just keeps playing how they were in the last half of that, it's looking really strong. Like, making sure that they're at every ball, you know, not leaving any of them uncontested. Not leaving Northwood all that space.
Looking at the stats, shot-wise, you know, Northwood obviously with a little bit more, but not a bad showing from OSU. Same with saves. You know, I think OSU can be in it. They can play to the high level. It's just going to come down to whether or not they can tough it out.
Yeah, and even from watching other OSU matches, making sure we fight all the way to the end, no matter how things look. So keeping that pressure up. Close one there, but Shira luckily gets a really nice touch. Keep it out. And yeah, it can be hard to keep the momentum or your enthusiasm, making sure you're playing consistently.
Absolutely. I think that's one thing that OSU does pretty well. Just knowing Master off the field, you know, even on the field, he's always looking for some good plays, even if he's down in the game. So he likes to have a good time out there, as do the rest of the Beans. So hopefully we can see some crazy clips up here.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3 there from OSU. Yeah, really great job. OSU was struggling to keep it out of their half for a bit, but just from back to second to first in the line there, just a quick 1, 2, 3 was all they needed to get it out of their half.
After the first minute, though, you can see the team pressure. Northwood keeping it on our half for most of the time, and I think, you know, just not panicking on defense is going to be key for OSU for the rest of this match. But some offensive pressure now.
Sure, with a chance here. Solo play, flicks it. Oh, not quite going to get it from Sleppy. Bounces off the corner, sadly. And Noxus has a chance to score, actually. Yeah, that's so sad that it goes off the corner there, and Sleppy wasn't able to necessarily sink it. And then third commits, whiffs a bit, and then Northwood able to just get that wide open net.
Yeah, unfortunate on the read there, and the counterattack is lethal. But still, I think so far OSU has been stepping up their game compared to last game. So hopefully we can get some a bounce back here pretty quick.
Yeah, and the team pressure was really Northwood favored, but they weren't really getting many terrifying shots out. they were just kind of hitting it to the corner, not really communicating to each other, and then OSU was able to keep it safe. So 80% team pressure isn't going to mean much when you're not making shots.
Yeah, the defensive rotation was pretty strong when they got in that pinch, and I think that's really what just allowed them to get out of there.
Shiro, good job being up there for that really strong touch from Northwood, able to keep it safe again.
Sleppy
Shiro
has
with
the
a
air
chance there.
control. Sleppy
Chance
has
on that
some
shot.
pretty good air control. Oh, another good shot from Master.
Yeah, I did see that from Sleppy. That ground to air dribble. Was able to get something off of it actually, because Northwood wasn't able to get the best touch, and that's where Shiro was able to almost get a really good shot to top corner.
Maybe a midfield passing play here. A good touch by, looks like Sleppy over there.
Ooh, close
Almost
on that
a
read
dunk.
there. Wow. Yeah, these reads coming from OSU, they're going for a lot of them. Especially, I saw Shiro going for a lot of them too. Low on boost, you're just wanting to contest any way you can. And when you get to this high level, you just get used to being able to read the opponent. So we're seeing that a lot from Shiro and the OSU team.
Yeah, it looks like you said, I mean, OSU is trying to be more offensive and apply more pressure, and it seems to be working out for them. I mean, going for these reads that Northwood might not be expecting can open up some room for them to get some plays. But
Oh, smart touch there from Noxus.
unfortunate, can't quite get the save, and Northwood goes up too.
Yeah, and with this shot, Noxus may be misreading the bounce a little bit, but last second, tilting his car back, hitting with the wheels, just making sure he gets on net. And OSU's defense wasn't really able to read that. So it's just going to go in real slow.
Yeah, as we saw in the stats, though, OSU, not a lack of shots as they just put up, now they're at 4, even with Northwood. So I really think that Northwood's defense is just what's keeping them in this game. But a lot better of a showing, like I said, and I think with this offensive pressure that we're seeing, as long as the defense stays strong, OSU does have a good chance.
Yeah, and Northwood definitely has these smart plays, thinking every touch through, but OSU, I would say, rivals that almost equally. And just as long as OSU keeps these shots on, like, you can bring anything back. So as long as OSU keeps this pressure on, I have high hopes for continuing this series. Great shot there
Play from Master.
Wow.
Yeah,
The first on OSU there, yeah, Sleppy going for bumps. It's just what you do, you know, when your teammate behind you is just going for a solo play.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great way to just open up the net, cause some confusion. I'm sure there's some comms going on there, and I mean, I saw a little bit of hesitation from Northwood, so a great way to open up the goal there, and it looks like another offensive attack here. Can't quite get it.
Yeah, and keeping those solo plays live, Northwood, I've been seeing a little bit of rotation kind of bunched together, not quite double committing, but that was where OSU was able to poke with that solo play, was them bunching a little bit too close together. So hopefully OSU is able to kind of make a repeat of that, get another solo play going, and tie it up here in this last 15 seconds.
Yeah, ball's been on Northwood's half for a good 25 seconds here, but we're going to have to see some spectacular showing of mechanics to keep this ball up.
It's not over till the ball hits the ground. Bounces off the corner, not quite killing it. And that's a great touch there from Northwood, sadly, to close game 2 out 2-1 for Northwood.
Yeah, I mean, the reigning champs are putting on a strong showing. I mean, Buddy, every touch he has is just into space or just an unexpected touch to a teammate that kind of make OSU hesitate a little bit, and then the speed just kills once they get onto the attack.
Yeah, and if anything, with Northwood being reigning champs, I feel like this is more of a shout out to OSU for being able to hang with these guys. Like, they're doing a fantastic job at answering everything that Northwood has and putting up questions of their own. Like, are you going to be able to save this? Are you going to be able to read me? You know, am I faking? Am I going low? What are we going to do next? And Northwood being able to read most of the time, but kickoff goal there from Sleppy, pinching off, and second player just being way too pushed up from Northwood here. Just going straight in.
The speed from Sleppy there. That was a great showing of the fast kickoff.
Mm-hmm. And I believe it was most likely a mechanical error from Northwood as well that allowed them to dust, that allowed OSU to dust Northwood so much, but we didn't get to quite see it.
Yeah.
Wow, right into Noxus there, but OSU still able to get it out of their half. So keeping this momentum going off of a kickoff goal is going to be so important for OSU.
Yeah, I think there's even a little bit of momentum from the last game. I mean, we didn't really get a time to mention it, but OSU led the shots counter with 6 shots to Northwood's 4. And I think, you know, if they can recreate that this game with already having a lead, I think we could be looking at a nice win here for OSU.
Yeah, and OSU's adjusting their game a lot. If you saw from first game to second game, they've been going for, wow, yeah, these incredible shots from the batter's box, that close up right here, just keeping it there, every defensive touch, not quite getting it out, and Sleppy being the last person to shoot, sinks it right in top left. It's these adjustments, right? These minor adjustments to Northwood's play that are letting OSU get this upper hand.
Yeah, I think another one already. 3 goals up within the first minute, but I really think that the decision-making from the Beans have improved a lot. I mean, off the last goal, you know, Master could have probably got another touch, but instead went for the fake, which allowed Shiro to get a touch, and kind of just made a stalemate for the Northwood defense that allowed Sleppy to come in and finish it up. But another good offensive attack from OSU, and up 3 only a minute in.
Yeah, and OSU should be thinking, right, especially with that play from Master, you know, these Northwood guys, they're not faster than us, right? We can keep up with their speed. We can keep up with their shots. We just need to stay consistent, and we need to make sure that we're communicating our touches and getting the ball where it needs to be.
Yeah, for the rest of the game, I mean, just playing smart, up 3, you don't want to, don't want to do anything too crazy, but you also want to keep that pressure up because playing too much defense isn't going to help out that much.
Yeah, Shiro wasted a lot of boosts. I'm not sure what was going on in Northwood's mind there. Shiro grabbed 2 entire pads there and was using all of it, not to really do much. But I'm not sure if Northwood expected something from Shiro on that touch or not.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, at this level, if you see someone up for a ball, you really expect them to hit it. So whether he meant to fake it or not, you know, worked out for OSU in the end. Up 4, only almost 2 minutes in here.
Yeah, this is the most commanding lead out of any of the games, too.
Yeah, I mean, OSU is looking strong so far. I think if we had some possession stats, OSU has been just killing it on their side.
Yeah, Sleppy able to pinch that ball up off the backboard, not letting Northwood get a shot there. And Sleppy just staying on the backboard, making sure that nothing's too free.
Yeah, I think OSU there doing a good job of keeping more possession, and by that I mean keeping the ball on their car for longer, and I think that is allowing more of these offensive pressures to go through, and an open net. 5-0 OSU.
Yeah, that possession for sure. OSU's using their eyes. I think a little bit more than Northwood, right? So when you're having that ball in your car, you don't want to waste the possession. You don't want to just throw it away immediately, but you also don't want to hold it longer than you're allowed to, right? So you need to be looking and listening, especially for these Northwood players, and making sure you're timing your flicks perfectly to get the most value out of your possession.
Right, and it looked like, you know, 50% possession for each team, but if you look at the shots, 8 shots to OSU and only 2 to Northwood. So you can see OSU is just doing so much more when they have the ball, and Northwood gets away with one there with a slight miss, but nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I think what was getting Northwood on the upper hand for the last couple of games was those open nets. So they weren't really banging shots that OSU couldn't necessarily save. They were getting OSU out of position to where any shot's going in, right? And now that Northwood or OSU's not leaving those holes open, they're just absolutely dominating this game.
Good demo there, and now a good back wall clear as well. Looking to move up a little bit. Good touch over him.
I like seeing this too from any teams going for those 50s and having a player immediately on the rebound off those 50s. So specifically there, Masseter killing the ball, but then Shiro being right behind them, making sure that they can keep it going forward.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of higher level play too, is always having an open target to pass to. I mean, if you're just trying to clear the ball on defense, there's always going to be someone just like right there. You know, there's always someone waiting to put the ball back down your throat. So finding a teammate upfield is huge at this level of play.
And a lot of these small things, positioning, specifically from OSU there, when they got that free possession, they had a player in middle, a player in right field, player in left field, so that you have almost infinite options with what you can do with it. They weren't really able to get anything out of it because Northwood was quick on the 50 and mid, but having that the ability to do that is going to bring about a lot more shots.
Right, and you know, Northwood being the great team that they are, they're going to start, you know, trying to read where you're trying to go, and that's where you really get creative and can throw in the fakes, throw in the passes that they don't expect to try to create an opening.
Yeah, sad here from OSU couldn't really read that crossbar, which, I mean, who really can, you know? You kind of just expect that to go in. So, Northwood able to get another one. 24 seconds to score 3 goals. Not impossible, also not probable. But looking at this game, I really just think OSU played the better Rocket League.
Yeah, I mean, Northwood looked like they were lagging behind a little bit. Almost a dunk there from Sleppy, it looked like, to get the goal, but
Misread
only
there
8
from
seconds.
Massacre. Oh, clincher. Definitely a clincher. A little bit of a misread, yeah, from Shiro. Or not from Shiro, who was it? There's a misread from an OSU player just on a touch, and you can't really read each other when it's that close. You're just expecting someone to hit it, so not much you can do about that, really.
Right, a little bit of panic, but going in, looks like once the ball hits the ground, OSU is going to take the third game to make it a 2-1 series.
Yeah, and we're down a game, right? So it's a best of 5. We got to win these next 2, but looking at this game, if I'm OSU, I'm thinking just keep it up, play the same game, with the adjustments that I would look at is when Northwood's on the shot rotation, so coming towards your net, you want to make sure you're challenging that as early as possible.
Yeah, I think a big thing that Northwood has capitalized on is just their counterattacks. Like you said, I mean, there's been some open nets here for OSU, and there's also been some open nets for Northwood. So I think both teams really are trying to stop the counterattack and make sure that, you know, they're having a solid rotation, playing solid defense to prevent these, you know, a high number of shots from both teams in the last game. So they're going to try to limit that as much as possible.
Yeah, right. No team wants to get an open net scored, so you want to do everything you can prevent it with. I think the base of that problem really lying at rotation. With communication being a close second as well, making sure you're not double committing, but having that solid rotation consistently as well, not cutting rotation for boost or anything, just keeping that solid will make sure that you minimize those open nets.
Yeah, I think one big thing for OSU too is slightly better communication. I feel like, you know, a decent amount of times on defense we've seen a little bit of panic where, you know, 2 OSU players are jumping for the ball. One only hits it, but having 2 go up at one time is a dangerous game, especially when a team that's so good at, you know, capitalizing on these counterattacks is almost a shot there. Not quite.
Yeah. Yeah, and just looking at your titles, you know, you have Buddy, known to be high up in the competitive scene. You're seeing these SSLs, you know, you've most likely seen these players in ranked ladder, so you have expectations for what they're going to do. And you need to take those expectations and that knowledge you have of the players. Wow, from Northwood.
Oh.
Huge error there from Noxus, not reading his teammates' touch.
Almost an insane angle off the wall.
Yeah.
That would have been a nice little clip there to have, but luckily OSU is able to get away with that one. But still on defense as Northwood is unrelenting and Buddy's able to put it into the top of the net.
Yeah, so the ball possession, right? So Sleppy there had the dribble, had the smart read, knew that no one was shooting it off of that crossbar the first time. Dribbles it out, but then he gets it stolen right off his head, straight to the backboard, and then Northwood gets another set of shots. So from Sleppy there, I want to see him flicking that and just getting out as soon as possible.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate 50. I think, you know, a lot of us are guilty of that sometimes, thinking that we can get that dribble, but you know, it's not the worst idea trying to be smart getting the ball out, just trying to get a better attack. But yeah, that one punishes OSU, but a good touch from Master here gets him
Great
over.
game round
And
two.
once again though, these big clears from Northwood, it's just allowing for such a quick counterattack.
Bumps!
And
Wow, big bumps there coming from Northwood to get a 2-0 lead.
yeah, OSU on the defensive most of this game. I feel like 6 shots already from Northwood halfway into the game, and OSU's got to be looking to change some things around to get some more offensive pressure.
Yeah, I think Shiro maybe had missed the boost pad or miscalculated when it was going to spawn there on the back right corner, because he most certainly would have made it there if he had a tank of boost. Sadly. Yeah, possession
First shot there from Pirates.
typically going to Northwood. So OSU looking to reclaim this possession from Northwood, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, a 2-0 score, that's always the most dangerous score in soccer. So, you know, if we can get one here, it could be a pretty close game going into those closing minutes.
Yeah, 2-0 really is not much of a lead. OSU just needs that one opportunity to get their momentum back.
Unfortunate.
Wow. Incredible passing play there from Northwood, though. OSU reading that first touch with Master being ready for the shot, but then the Northwood player opting to pass it again. Incredibly intelligent play there.
Yeah, that positioning there from Northwood is just pristine. I mean, you can't do much about that as the defender, you know. He had a perfect angle for a shot, a perfect angle for a pass, so you just kind of got to guess what he's going to do, and Northwood gets away with that one.
Mm-hmm. Incredible shot there from Pirates as well. OSU looking to clean up their positioning a little bit. Just a sad 50. It is just a little unlucky. Goes down and forward straight for Noxus to pass it to Pirates and sinks it into relatively unprepared defense.
Yeah, I mean, this midfield control from Northwood it's really what helped them last season, and it's looking like it's helping them this season as well.
Mm-hmm.
OSU not able to do much this game. Still looking to bounce back a little bit, though, but we need to get some more offensive pressure.
Great film there from Sleppy, gives OSU a little bit of time to do whatever they want, and incredible three-person passing play there from OSU. That was very, very powerful.
Yeah, I think that's the type of position that we need to see. I mean, good read by Justin Massiter to get the ball into the middle for Shiro, and you know, Sleppy's there at the back post to put that one in.
Yeah, it was really good timing there, specifically for Master at least. Reading that off the corner, right, and going for a pinch straight out. And then also the incredible pass as well. All very well calculated, I'd say. Yeah, with 1 minute left, 3 goals are... It's not impossible. 3 goals
It
can
is not
happen
impossible.
very quickly. Quicker than Northwood maybe wants it to happen.
There it is.
As I say it, yeah, Master reading this miss here from Noxus. Not necessarily miss, but just not the touch that they really wanted. And double commit from OSU, but still sinks the ball in. 50 seconds for 2 goals. This is incredibly doable.
Yeah, I mean, that was a dangerous play, but when you're down, you know, 3 goals within under a minute left to play, you really got to push as far forward as you can.
Air dribble here from Master, hoping to get it out to his teammate, and Sleppy there with a shot chance blocked by Pirates.
Yeah, I really like this this attack from OSU, kind of going all out, needing to put 2 in. good midfield look,
Yeah,
but
play this
was
risk
able to read
game,
that one.
right? No risk, no reward.
Absolutely. Unfortunate though. I think the positioning there was a little off. I think the rotation, you saw Sleppy and Masseter kind of bumping into each other, or Shiro and Masseter bumping
Hmm.
into each other at midfield, and it's not impossible.
Yeah, so you saw that speedy play from the OSU team, but they were clicking for a while, so that the communication was really connecting. But then, as Northwood got a touch that OSU didn't really expect, it kind of all fell apart, sadly. And none of the players were really sure who should go for what, and it led to no one really contesting, and Northwood being able to get a lot of pressure there. Incredible shot there from Shiro, but Knox is able to save it. And it looks like this game's going to go to Northwood, as well as the set.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, the Beans don't have to be too depressed. I think this shows just how good they can really be. I mean, second game, or I guess it was, yeah, second game, they only lost 2-1. Third game, they took a pretty big dub. I think the score was around 5-2, 5-3. So nothing to look down upon. And hopefully OSU can get back at it next week and get some more wins.
Mm-hmm. OSU definitely having those moments of brilliance, I'd say, specifically in Game 3, and the end even of this last game. Really, really beautiful.
Absolutely.
Alright, so just taking the stream to an end here. Sadly, 3-1 for Northwood, but week 0, future's looking bright for the Beans. It really is. Great
Yeah,
play against a reigning champ.
I think they have a solid 3. Shiro, Sleppy, Master, all good friends, and I think,
Mm-hmm.
couple of different 50s, that game could have gone a lot different.
Yep. So, looking forward to next games from the Beans. We're going to be signing off here. This was Orca and Queeds commentating. Thank you guys for watching.
Keep moving on.